Another Brahmin graduating soon. I'm so proud. Always happy to see a customer. Take your time browsing the stock. What did Daddy used to say? It ain't about the destination, but the pit stops along the way. Didn't say nothing about getting stuck at one, though.
May I be of assistance? Serve and protect.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about? If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
lot of supplies here that look ripe for the picking. Wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
Ingenuity's on our edge against fanatics. That and mass-produced grenades.
All right. Settle down. I know the last few weeks have been a shock. We all hoped we could stay here forever. But when you stop and think about it, we've been blessed. So many people have had it so much worse. For the past year, the White Spring has been our home. A shelter from the storm just outside the gates. It's time for us to face that storm. But we're ready. Ready like none of us was on that day. We've had time to plan, to prepare, to stock up, to find friends to share the road ahead. The White Spring bought us that time. Let's make the most of it. Ladies and gentlemen, one last toast. To the White Spring.
Pardon our dust.
I sure hope this mole rat bite doesn't get infected. It's nice to see people around in the responders uniform again.
It was a pretty bold choice, and that one I would have made.
I think I heard her protect Troy.
I heard there's some monsters in the pit.
They're going crazy.
It'll give you a run for your caps.
There's no problem too big to solve.
Oh, hey there. Nice to see you. Oh, aren't you kind? You've done enough for today, don't worry. Check in tomorrow if you get the itch, though.
Now, isn't this a nice vacation, Jeremiah?
Damn, that bloodbug sting was nasty.
Wonder what it was like pre-
Atlantic, step right up, my friend. I've got a special opportunity for you approved by management themselves. How would you like to go on a little vacation? We're talking about the greatest city on the East Coast. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid for flight, all we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals. Sounds like a deal, right? It varies from person to person. I don't have all the details, but I know the Lombardi family is looking for assistance with some business matters. If game shows are more your style, the showmen are always looking for fresh faces to star in their entertainment. I'm sure a bright person like you will find just the opportunity you're looking for. That's right. As long as the city leadership hears you're helping out, that's all they ask of you. They were mighty jazzed to hear word of an organization from abroad that's all about helping people. You can always use fresh faces in AC, and especially ones with initiative. That's what keeps our city alive. And now that's what I'm talking about. I let Orlando know you've agreed to help out, and I'm sure they'll get word back to the city leaders. And hey, you come right back and talk to me if you have any questions, all right?
We could always
I'm
use
the
an extra
one-stop
hand
guide to
around
the
here.
city. Well, by all means, ask away. Do you remember relaxing beach getaways? Exciting outside of the town? Amenities and entertainment to fill your safe and mundane life with inspiration and excitement? Even if you're not old enough to remember those blissful before days, Atlantic City is your chance to experience them for the first time. Our city is safe, luxurious, and beautiful. Well, don't believe me. See it for yourself.
I wonder if the sun burns just as bright in California.
Nothing's impossible, my friend. After the war, the city government worked hard to keep things running how they should. They didn't let a bomb ruin a great day.
Maybe I should try counting sheep instead of stamps.
First off, you can take a relaxing stroll along the boardwalk. Enjoy the street vendors and a delightful sea breeze. Larger attractions take place at Showman's Pier on the far end of the boardwalk. Underneath the pier, you can lose yourself in the architectural wonder of an aquarium built beneath the sea. When night falls, Casino Quarter has everything you need to make it an evening to remember. Nightclubs and casinos galore. And further inward, all the magic you don't see happens at the city center. That's where the mayor's office keeps the city running.
I'd love to be a senior scribe someday. I can think of a higher honor.
Outside of civilians and visitors, such as yourself, there are three groups that keep on the lights and life of Atlantic City. The showmen are entertainers, hosting performances and games of all kinds, primarily from the boardwalk and pier. The Lombardi family, they manage the nightlife in the Casino Quarter. They're an intimate bunch, but don't be intimidated. They're as much a part of Atlantic City's charm as anyone else. And last, but definitely not least, our city government workers manage the day-to-day operations that make life easy for the rest of us. Well, our city is run by the tough and virtuous Mayor Tim. Once a humble farmer, now a city leader. Around Casino Quarter, you hear the name Quintino Lombardi. He's known to be a bit hot-headed, been the head of the family for a long time. And finally, there's Mother Charlotte, the creative and daring founder of the Showman. These three work together to provide the city with everything it needs to thrive. Lights, entertainment, and a functioning economy.
Just a little longer, Ellison. Valdez will see everything you have to offer. You'll see.
Threats? No, you're unlikely to counter any of those. Unless the gorgeous wildlife of the Pine Barrens board in our city becomes unruly. But the mayor's office, that's not completely under control. No, of course not. Of course every city's got city going on. It's just, that's what you're talking about. You know, straight drama, big shots talking about who disappeared who stole whose exclusive designer drugs, who's all screwed up until they get another dough. I'm kidding, of course. That's all radio drama. Good old-fashioned entertainment, isn't that right? Oh, and we were just getting to the good part. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid for a deliberate flight, all we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals.
I should check if those Blue Ridge folks carry letters, too.
It varies from person to person. I don't have all the details, but I know the Lombardi family is looking for assistance with some business matters. If game shows are more your style, the Showmen are always looking for fresh faces to star in their entertainment. I'm sure a bright person like you will find just the opportunity you're looking for. Of course. Glad to help out. You let me know if you have any more questions. Allow me to tell you about your next vacation destination.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt safer.
There's no problem too big to solve.
I suppose a nice refuge like this is worth more hungry mouths.
Rucker could do with a little sleep. My friends didn't want to join up with me.
Have a seat.
Said the responders sounded like too much
will
work.
be with you shortly.
Wonder what they're doing now. If you see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
Helping people is our chief mission. The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
Ooh, that Orlando can talk the bark off a tree. Hope you're here about the supplies I ordered. Wait. No, that... Well, good to see you again. Got a patient in last night, and none of us have any idea what's wrong with him. But we do have a lead on something that'll help, if you're up for it. Today you'll be going to school. What's left of it, anyway. Can the responders count on you? Before the war, they would teach high school students about anatomy and physiology. Isn't that wild? I don't know how helpful it was to those kids, but if there's any textbooks on the subject still intact at Morgantown High, I can damn well tell you how helpful it would be to the responders.
Morgantown. I know it was way back.
So talk to me.
But I'm glad they
You in?
somewhere safe, not somewhere.
Nice. Well, let's get to it then. Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. I'll let her know to look for you.
Potatoes here taste
Good luck
amazing.
out there.
So fresh, and only a few rads.
Oof. Don't need a Geiger counter when you're glowing like a Christmas tree.
I can't wait until dinner.
I was out scavenging for food earlier. Only got attacked by Scorched once. A safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven.
Dash of this.
Or hell, if you look out the window.
Good of that. Perfection.
I can't remember the last time I ran my hand through clear water.
Everything is too clean here. Time to dirty it up a little.
With all these supplies, we could really do some good trading with the White Spring.
I think we can make this place home for a lot of people. Yourself included.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
These responders must really have a game plan. Where they're always flitting about. That's something to admire.
If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us.
As I've said, Mrs. Russo, the facilities are available to responders and refugees.
I am responding to a need to save an addict from the terrifying consequences of indulgence. I suppose your charity doesn't extend to dirty junkies. Is that it?
As it stands, I have no way to verify your story. Had you a prior relationship with us, or the victim was present for our medical staff to...
Prior relationship? So this is a refuge ruled by nepotism, is it?
I deeply apologize for the commotion, darling. We do strive to make every visit to the White Spring a pleasant one.
Finally, you've arrived. I was resigned to having to convince this lunatic that my daughter is dying all by myself.
Do you know this woman? Ah, wonderful.
I believe an apology is in order.
Apologies are ordered to those who deserve them. Nonetheless, it behooves the refuge to help those in need. Perhaps you could provide more coherent details regarding this woman's conundrum. In that case, you will be happy to hear that the leaders of Atlantic City are sponsoring travel for visitors. You might speak to Mr. Jeremiah Hopkins about it, if you haven't already. He has a booth out in the common area, beside the stage. So long as you're willing to provide assistance to the locals during your travels, you may fly to Atlantic City whenever you'd like.
Incredible. Was that so difficult?
You're graciously welcome for the flight, Mrs. Russo. Now I'm afraid I have other duties to attend to. Lennox shall be happy to board you once your preparations are complete. Excuse me.
It baffles me how you're able to deal with that person. I mean, where are they from? The 17th century? Oh, you were you? And what was I supposed to do? Just leave my daughter's fate in the hands of some stranger hundreds of miles away? For all I know, you might throw back the blood at your first opportunity. Then you'll find yourself splayed out naked on the boardwalk 2 days later, choking on your own vomit. I suppose the showman would dispose of you before letting you bare your cheeks on their turf. And then where would that leave me? And Abigail? Of course I didn't have to. We're all free people, aren't we? I take it upon myself to answer a pain in the ass with a full-body Charlie horse. At a minimum. Honestly, do you not stick up for yourself? Wonderful. I'll be having a drink at the bar until our departure. I'll need it to get me through that dreadful flight.
Excuse me! Sorry to interrupt you. I just heard you were going to Atlantic City and it's not safe there. There's a monster. I saw it. People keep going missing. That's why I left.
You're not mouthing off about some Jersey devil, are you? What a load of hogwash. My parents told me that story when I was a child to scare me into submission. Well, it didn't work. And no Jersey devil has snatched me from my bed.
It's real, I swear! They're siphoning its blood and turning it into a drug. That's why it's so angry now.
Marketing tactics. What would you name a chem that's supposed to be the ultimate temptation? Would you call it innocent angel milk? Siphoning blood. No sensible business person would put in all that effort, even if the Jersey Devil was real.
Loud tourists, low-tier entertainers, showgoers on their way home from the pier. The devil swoops down from the sky and swallows them whole.
The perfect cover story to disappear anyone inconvenient. That devil almost got me too! Oh, good thing I fled to the mountains!
Long ago, a woman known as Mother Leeds cursed her 13th child. When she gave birth to the child one stormy night in the Pine Barrens, it transformed into a winged devil and flew off into the night. It's been tormenting Jersey residents ever since. At least I warned you. Better for my conscience. Keep your eyes on the skies. Do you think it's really safe here?
You'd be crazy not to drink with me before getting in that vertibird. Oh, no such thing as safety regulations anymore. Oh, flying is more like gambling.
Wow. That's your gift, Jeremiah. And it just wouldn't be right to waste it.
My curios are not junk. I'd like
This
to think of them
wanton
as
robot tried to give me a
revanche.
haircut before running off. It's a shame. Can't get up back by myself.
You're always in my thoughts.
Rucker's going to flip when she hears how much we pulled in.
No way.
If
I
you
could
ever
go
find
up
yourself in a bind, you
10,000
can
feet
always call on
sober.
us.
Flying machines are just, floating death traps.
Can't believe we've got a vertibird. That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
Appalachia's supposed to be the safest place around. But I've heard of the monsters that lurk in the woods here, and I'm not so sure about that.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe, and not somewhere like that.
Folks don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
One of the other initiates said I reek of desperation. I don't smell anything.
This place could stand to have some cats.
Should I practice my pitch? Nah, who am I kidding? I've been doing this all decade.
Maybe I come off a little too strong. No,